Vadd here in Nine Kings. We're going to try out a brand new king, the King of Greed. If you like this video, click like. YouTube channel members and the Patreon to support what I do. Welcome to the King of Greed. And we've got nine fresh cards here in our starter set. The Thief attacks the back line. The Mercenary is strong, but you only have one unit for each 15 gold you have, or it's you always have one unit for each 15 gold. We might try and make them work. We've got Overinvest, spend our gold to buff a tower. Dispenser is going to be a single target tower that gains 1% attack speed for each 1 gold you receive. The Midas Touch, when a troop kills, there's a 2% chance to drop some gold. We can destroy a tower with the Death Note here, the Mortgage here, and receive 30 gold. We've got a Vault to get gold coming in. We've got the Beacon for every year it adds 2% attack speed, and the Palace. It casts a ray that insta-kills targets. Golden enemies drop a gold. We're going to jump in at the Peasant difficulty. We're level 0, so we have no perks unlocked, but the special perks they have start with bonus gold, start with +1 Vault card, and 1 free shop purchase. Ooh. I don't know what the strategy is for this king, but we're going to try our best to use these gold troops. Ooh, look at this zone. Like, the map changes for each of the kings. This is a fun one. There's like these statues kind of down. So you can see here we have our palace, and up here in the top right, we have, or top left, we have 3 lives. So if we lose those 3 lives, the run is over. It's year 1, and we're going to play our very first card, the palace. Play it in the corner, why not? Boom. And once we have only 2 cards in our hand, at that moment, we will have... Oh, the year of our kingdom's reign will run. I think we go Vault first. It'll be nice to get 3 gold coming in. Why not? Boom. Let's see how the castle does. Oh, it's very slow. Interesting. Okay. So let's grab the dispenser. It says single target tower gains 1% attack speed for each 1 gold you receive. Ooh. And Mercenary, strong but fickle warrior. You always have 1 unit for each 15 gold you own. So we have 42 gold. Well, so this is the question for this dispenser tower. We never build it. So currently, I can't even get it to pop up. It's not even shooting. Okay, there we go. Oh, it's very slow. Oh man, this might be kind of tough. So the big question I have is, this does 8 damage and hits every 0.62 seconds. Is it gaining a permanent stack of attack speed, or like the Mercenary here? It says strong but fickle. You always have 1 unit for each 15 gold you own. So we should have at least 3 units if we put this guy down. We've got 4. Now, if we lose gold, will we have less than 4? Or if we get every 15 gold, do we gain a unit? What's the value of upgrading the palace? Damage infinity. I assume it's attack speed. Like, procreates really good. Let's grab the palace for the minute. Thief attacks are always critical strikes. Cool, cool. We'll grab the overwork. So right now the palace has unlimited damage, right? Insta-kill, but it hits every 0.3 seconds. Let's see what this upgrade does to it. 0.4 seconds. Okay, so I'm assuming it attacks faster then. Hey, we've got 5 dudes in this stack. So are we getting more of them the more gold we get? If that's the answer, if we spend gold, do we lose them? Oh. Huh. Let's go ahead and rip this out, get some space. And let's go ahead and overinvest into the palace and see if we can get our hit speed from 0.4 to something a little more aggressive. So it is now 0.5. We're going to win these early fights, but I'm just not confident in the Mercenary stack here. So they're down to 4 units. Is that right? The Prophet has seen a blessing. The card on the target plot will level up. All right, we can try and level those up if we get something good. So now there's 4 mercenaries in the stack. I thought there were 5 before, huh? Let's get our vault leveled up. All right, there's 5 dudes in this stack. There's 6 dudes in the stack as gold comes in. Let's use the beacon to bump attack speed. Let's add in the King of Nothing. He's got good units we want. Let's go ahead and put that beacon down right here. Give everybody some more attack speed. As that's the biggest weakness of our palace right now. It's just unlimited damage is great, but I don't think it has any AoE, and I think it attacks very slow. I feel like these mercenaries could be really, really strong. I just don't know. Like the quarry does nothing for us because every 2 years adds damage, but we don't need more damage. We already hit pretty hard, huh? All right, there we go. We have some options for units. So rangers, paladins, or executioners. I think maybe we go bombers. Run towards the enemy and explode. I really like paladins, but let's take a range. Well, let's see what's in our stack right now. We have 9 mercenaries. Let's spend some money and see if we still have 9. Let's take the executioner and the archer for the minute. Who's in our stack? We still have 9. Okay. And let's go ahead and get the executioner down and we'll get the archer down for now. And we will upgrade this tower. Fired. It said fired. Now there's 5 of them. Okay, so we do lose mercenaries as we spend gold. That was my concern. Okay. Huh. So we probably don't want to build around mercenaries. We probably really don't want to build mercenaries then. So we threw the steel coat on the archers for that survivability. I don't know. Because the whole point of having the money is to be able to spend it. Sacrifice all troops adjacent to target. Target plot gains the number of units sacrificed. Let's do that. Why not? And grab another stack here. All right. Sacrifice all troops adjacent to target. So if we sacrifice this guy... Oh, there's nothing to sacrifice. Oh my goodness. Just get some more archers. It's fine. Grab that palace, get it to its 3rd level up. And now its hits are 0.8. It's quite a bit quicker. Man, I think this is going to be one of the tougher. All active troops gain 2 stacks of Midas Touch. Ooh, I'll go for that. It's not my favorite, but it's all right. All right, earthquake. As long as we can get consistent gold coming in, maybe the mercenaries don't suck, right? Like they're a good unit. We just... It's just definitely feeling to me like the strat is going to be... Like, can we win with only gold units? I feel like the gold support buildings are really strong and their units are kind of weak. Huh. Maybe there's something I'm misunderstanding. We've got 13 mercenaries, but we need 200 gold to make that happen. I do feel like the attack speed of this tower is really picked up, though. I don't know. We're going to throw the farm on the archers. I just really want to see how these mercenaries do. Like, if I put a farm on, I don't want it to, like, mess up the numbers and make it look like there's more of them than there are. Hey, there we go. Free tile. Love it, love it. That's right. We grabbed this quarry so we could tear it up. There we go. Get that farm going. All active troops gain 2 stack of Midas touch. I don't know, like maybe if we got enough of that stacked up, maybe it would like pay off. We'll go ahead and we'll bump up the mercenaries. Give them a little help. All active troops game. Yeah, but if we just take the 99 gold, isn't that a huge buff? Because how long does it take us to get that 99 gold? Huh. Clone the selected card. Let's get more vaults down. Because more gold would be more power. This guy's doing 12. 13. So every turn, this vault acts like a farm. You know, I think we can make it work with mercenaries. I actually do think we can make it work with mercenaries. We just have to think of these vaults as our farms. And then I think we need libraries to get stacking on that gold buff. I don't know. I like this. I think this is really nice. One reroll. Nah. Make peace with... Ooh. I don't know. I don't really want to make peace with these guys. Huh. Yeah, this Midas touch. Yeah, we need the library, I've decided. I'm over here thinking way too hard about this. I'm like, yeah, we need a library to make this thing work. But if we can stack up that Midas touch and get it consistently enough, because I'm watching our gold at the start of fights and how often we're getting that Midas touch to go off, it's actually pretty significant. Surprisingly so. There's 4 stacks on these guys, 5 stacks here, and 4 stacks here. We're going to clone the vault, I think. I think the vault's the winning strat. You know, I've got something I think I kind of like. I mean, if it works well, I think it's going to work really well. And if it doesn't work well, I think it won't be immediately obvious. Can be mounted by adjacent troops. For 1 HP it has, increases rider stats. I wonder if we should put a boar with a forest. right? Because the more it has 15 health, it would then buff up our mercenaries, right? Now it has 16 health or whatever. Huh. That means that we specifically, I guess, want to be playing into... We want to make sure we're deliberately playing into the King of Spells and the King of the Forest and the King of Nothing. They all have troops that I think, or buildings or whatever in their decks we want to be able to pull from. Interesting. Very interesting. All active troops gain +2 stacks of Midas Touch. You know, that's probably long-term not the best thing to get. Like, there's better, like, overwork is better or whatever. Yeah, this dispenser attack speed has gotten pretty impressive as well as we've held on to it longer. Huh. Interesting. So I guess if we could get a little lucky with the assassins or the, well, which would be stronger? Because I guess they'd be kind of different builds, wouldn't they? Because if we get the thieves, whatever they're called, if we could get thieves, huh? I don't know. I think maybe the way forward is we super buff up some assassins and we have 1 stack of mercenaries as we build up temples. Because with enough temples, or whatever these are, vaults, I think it all comes together. But I think King of Nature's leading his final assault. He's bringing that Broccoli Boy champion. Oh, man. Oh, man. So coming into this fight, we have 681 gold. But that Midas Touch is going to proc. One time. Yeah, once. 682. Hey, our kingdom has thrived. See how we did. All right. Survived 34 years, killed a bunch of units, collected 951 gold. We have to do better than that on higher difficulties. Okay. I think I've got a strategy I think might work pretty well. It worked. I've got the shape of something here at Peasant that we should try on a higher difficulty. I'm right in the middle of this run, and I'm having a really, really tough time with the King of Greed. You can actually see I've got 681 gold just sitting there. I haven't drawn the mercenary card to play it. Like, on the runs where I've had the absolute, just a blessing, just an absolute blessing, a stacked up gold on gold on gold, can't get that mercenary card to save my life. I even have only been able to get my hands on, I think, 1 or 2, yeah, three Midas Touches, and it's just rough. Like, you need just a certain set of cards to get these runs with the King of Greed to go well, and we're not on a high difficulty. I'm actually super concerned with, as we go up difficulty, and look, here in round 27, like, we're still just getting cooked. Man. It's tough. I mean, it is just a tough set of options. And, like, I'm second-guessing all my choices, because I'm like, I think this could work, but I don't know. It's like this late in the round to be putting down a dispenser, right? The single-target tower here. I just don't know that, like, it makes any sense to even bother building that card at this point, you know? It seems like, and we've yet to this entire run see the King of Spells. I've played 7 or 8 runs now, and we're just getting kicked in the face. I think this run only came together because we got lucky and got these Paladins. We got the Paladins in the draw from the King of Nothing, and it basically changed the entire run. As these Paladins here with the 3 stacks, and I mean, we have 62 Thieves and 34 Paladins. I think the Paladins are hard carrying us through this. It's just kind of crazy how much it feels like we either need just the perfect set of cards, or we need to get lucky with the kings that we're against. So that, and I genuinely, you need to be lucky. You need to have things go right and go your way. And it didn't feel like that with, if you look at the playlist, the last 2 we did this chronologically were the King of Nothing and the King of Spells, and they were pretty chill. we look at these options here. Like these are just not good cards. You can see here we can overinvest. It just doesn't do a lot for us. We can get another vault. We have nothing to spend this money on. How about the mortgage? Destroy the target plot, get more money. Like fine, we'll overinvest, but it's just not a winning strat, you know? Oh shoot, we're gonna destroy this, build another farm, but it's year 40. Dude, I think we can win this run, but I've had several runs like this go where we've gotten just so close to the end and have nothing to show for it. I mean, just have nothing to show for it. It feels bad. It just feels bad. And I felt like with the King of Nothing and the King of Spells, it didn't feel like so much of a coin flip whether we were going to get the right cards we need to make things happen, but it very much feels that way in this run. Yeah, none of these are worth grabbing. I'll grab the vault for kicks and giggles, but I mean, that is just rough. Get down the farm if we can. Level up the wall. I mean, even though our core building, you know, it has that, the palace has that insta-kill, there's no AoE to it. So it just doesn't really hit things. Like all the other buildings, you know, did just a fraction of the damage, but we could build up crit chance, we could build up attack speed, we could build up more damage. Like we could really scale. We're going to lose a run here in round 31. I've had so many runs like this go this way. And you might be saying to me, what difficulty you're on? Oh, I'll show you. Squire. We're still here on the Squire difficulty, which is quite literally just one difficulty up from the absolute lowest difficulty of Peasant and still getting our butt kicked. This match, we actually were able to start with a beacon really early on that got the tier 3. And we got enough money in the bank from our vault that we could use all of our overcharge cards onto this palace. And so you can see the hit a second is at 2.89. And it's basically made all the difference in the world. We have some pretty average archers here. They don't have a whole lot of like fancy buffs. For the most part, it is quite literally just the palace is hitting so fast and the archers hold them off just long enough. And then you can see the other tower that's come online is we were able to get an early, not again, but just like finally get an early single target tower here that's getting attack speed for gold. Is the gold has started to show up and push in and make a difference in the fight. But it has been brutal. It has been so brutal with the King of Greed, where if we get just the right cards, it doesn't feel easy just yet, but it definitely feels like, okay, we did the right thing. And I see this overinvest card, so we're at attack speed of 3.3. We'll throw it down here, and we'll get to attack speed of 3.8, right? But then these beacons will hit it up a couple more times and get us closer to 4, and like that's making all the difference in the world. Basically, nothing else matters. And oh, we should have buffed our ballistas. I forgot we even built them. But getting those down early in that formation let us just survive the early rounds long enough that we're able to get a few more towers online. It really makes me think that maybe the strat is just the dispenser, that single target tower, the palace getting its attack speed up, and you have to get this beacon down. If you can do that, I feel like you could really make a long-term play for something significant. But we, to get to this point has been just shockingly difficult. And I was even a little tempted, I don't know, like right now it feels like we're coming online here at year 30 and we could push in a little deeper, but I don't feel like this is necessarily, maybe this is the strat and I'm misunderstanding things, but it doesn't feel, it just feels so weird from the other kings because everyone else is like, hey, let's build some troops. And this guy is like, hey, why don't you try and build troops? Wink, it's not going to work. And then, while that's not working, our real suggestion is you should build attack speed towers. Oh, okay. So, for example, this dispenser here is going to be a lot more valuable to us than this scout tower, just if we can get rid of it here. But, like, not having the card to... If we didn't have the card to get rid of this dispenser, right, then we wouldn't be able to build it, you know? Like, there's just little things like that that have made this run challenging in a way that the other ones... This run definitely feels much more like we got just the right series of events in just the right order and made the right decisions at the right time that, like, now our army is online. But it certainly was not before this. It absolutely was not. Not even close. I tried a few times to put the palace down dead center and buff it up with attack speed, but I think like long term, that's probably the strongest thing, but in the immediate term, it's not going to work. We are going to be able to win this run. I feel confident in this one, but it's definitely one of those things where This was not a happy run to get to this point, to say the absolute least about the situation here. There we go. So we finished with a load of gold, but we're just being carried by towers that have been buffed for 30 years as each year of our kingdom here. So we're going to finish the Squire difficulty, the second easiest tier difficulty, and see if we can make some good decisions and move up the ladder here. Mercy. It says our kingdom has thrived, but I don't feel like I'm thriving. I feel like I'm hanging on by a thread. We're going to hit this run raw from the Lord difficulty. Here is the King of Greed. I think I figured out something that's consistent. Right here, when you lose a life, you get plus 50 gold. I've got 2 of my little upgrade ticks into this. So now when we lose a life, we get 100 gold. And this has saved a few runs where we've been down a little, but because it seems like we can get some good stuff happening if we get some gold in our pocket, I think this makes a big difference. Now that I've said that, we're going to see that we never end up using it. The only other thing we have is we start with the bonus vault card. That's it. So for our palace, it's got to be in the corner. It's the other thing I figured out. And this is a really bad opening hand, because we have none of the cards we really want to have. Get our vault down, palace down, vault down. That's our first round. But even if this backfires, we have a little spending money to try and get ourselves out of it. There it is, the beacon. Every year adds 2% attack speed to adjacent troops and constructions. That's the most important building, I feel like, because I've tried to rely on the mercenaries or the assassins, thieves, whatever they're called. They're just not consistent. They're not consistent units. And if your gold goes, ooh, we've never built around elves. Ooh, we'll try it. I don't know if this is a great decision, but we'll try it. You can see how slow their attack speed is. They shot 1 volley, that whole thing. Second beacon coming in. Awesome, awesome. There's that second beacon. And that's the key there. If you can get 2 beacons down early, you can really make this work, I feel like. But even if you mess it up, hey, and this is great, the boar card, there we go. So with the boar card, we probably won't go for it, but we can. The boar card's really good for us. That's kind of like the short version. It's not like exactly what we need right now, but it is a winning card to have. Throw down Midas Touch. So the focus here is to get our economy rolling so we can get our turret buildings down and to get some kind of unit down on this center tile here and get a farm on it. And if you can't do this right here, what I've got right now, this whole thing can fall apart pretty fast. But basically, these snipers, it doesn't matter, they're not tanky. They just need to stand there so that our main tower, our palace here, can keep shooting. That's the big trick. And we need to get these beacons stacked up on it. And then they don't have to be a tanky unit or a high damage unit or a fast unit. Whatever's in the center almost does not matter, because our palace does 1-hit kills the entire time. And we can throw any upgrades on it we want as well. But for the most part, this is it. This is the strat. I've tried to make this as simple or easy as possible, just so it's consistent. And pretty consistently, we're able to get down a beacon card pretty early on. Ooh, this is huge. Scapegoats, more gold. Love that. Love that. And very rarely do we see one of the rainbow cards here. The thieves get killed too quick because they jump over to the enemy. They very consistently just get their face kicked in. Don't like that. But I don't feel bad about spending this gold. I'm not nerfing my mercenaries because we get a tile unlock in 2 turns. Maybe right here we can go for a ballista. That's not a bad pick. Let's see. Bump up this beacon. Bump up the elf. Keep the ballista and the boar. The mercenaries. If we had been relying on mercenaries right now, spending that money to move us forward would have been a step back, and we might have lost this round. But that's where having the 3 lives, having that extra gold come in, saves what otherwise could have ruined the run. Here we got really, really fortunate. We got those beacons down, you know, in the first couple of rounds. I'm even tempted to re-roll this once, but we won't. We take the poison vial. We can throw anything on these guys. Does not matter. And maybe it would matter if we were like trying to set some kind of record run and, you know, get like a million billion stuff going on, but like it's just not a big deal. See how these snipers are like all spread out. It just takes a while for the enemy to get through. We're happy. Like it's working. The strategy is working. And more importantly, it's can be replicated. Let's re-roll this once. Temple's really good. Really like the temple card. It's just tough to get that temple card upgraded. We will re-roll it once. Yeah, like the shrine might be better. Or even just the raise things. I really like the council stuff. We'll grab the shrine. We can do good stuff with the shrine. It definitely messes up our strat just a little bit here, but that's all right. Get that ballista down, and it just hangs out back there. Like it's just another body, and even though we don't have a farm on it, that's all right. It's like not a big deal because we have these beacons, right? That's just giving it better attack speed, which is the largest weakness there. We could try and get a library or something, but nah, it's fine, totally fine. What we're really hoping for is an opportunity to expand our border again. We don't have one coming up anytime soon, so we're going to have to get a little lucky with the cards. I think the only card currently in the game, the only deck that has expand your border cards are the King of Stone or whatever. All right, let's grab that vault. And support buildings apply their effect one more time. Perfect. Bump up the vault. See how things shake out. Making it look easy. I really tried to build them around mercenaries, and you can do it. But you might have noticed this run. When was the last time we got a... Ooh, what do you call another vault? I mean, we would not have been able to build... The amount of gold you need to scale into mercenaries to get it strong. It almost feels like mercenaries are strong after year 30, not before. Before year 30, it is just tough to... Oh, and I read on Summer Online that if you have the 2% chance to get a gold from a kill, if you put static on or fireball or any other damaging stuff, you lose that benefit. I don't know if that's true, but I definitely heard it. Oh, we can pitch it. That's fine. It's kind of a bummer we're getting so much gold in and still have yet to see, at year 16, have yet to see one of our own turret cards. That card that like gets more damage the more gold you bring in. Take the beacon. And get this guy leveled up. Year 17. I think we've got this run. I think we've snowballed into a position of strength. Because no matter what we're fighting, this is our first clone. We've got enough attack speed on the palace. We're going to crush it. We will. Well, do we go shrine and then double it up? Ooh. I don't have a tile for shrine yet. We're going to pitch the boars. Because next turn is expand your kingdom. All right, we can work with that. And because we do build into these beacons for the attack speed, it feels pretty good actually to build ballistas and the elf snipers. All right, there we go. Expand our kingdom. I want this to come up more often, or to pay gold to get it to come up more often. It simply does not come up enough. All right, there's our shrine. Oh my goodness, on the first upgrade it hit itself? Awesome. Can you tell how our core building, the palace, is starting to come online with the damage speed? But just figuring out that you had to give it attack speed and you needed to get it early, game changer. Because after that, like once I stopped trying to actually use any of the King of Greed's buildings in a meaningful way, right?
Where before I was like, man, I'm really trying to figure out how can I get these mercenaries effective, or what kind of bonuses that little thief unit needs. And the truth is they just need bonuses that are hard to get early on to be good early on. They're stronger later on once you have, you know, more vaults and stuff set up to get rolling. But we still only have the one vault. And, you know, adding insult to injury, we started with 2 vault cards in our hand right at year 0 as the king of greed here. Here's our next clone. What is our elfdom? They're 3s. All right. We'll just keep throwing elves in the stack. Make peace with somebody. I want to get rid of, I guess, the King of Spells. We just don't have any of his buildings that we need his cards to level up. So I don't feel too bad if we can't draw him again, you know? And for perspective, you can actually see the elf units are out damaging our palace. And our palace has, you know, curiously enough, our palace actually has infinite damage, right? It is a one-hit kill building. I know it only hits 1 unit at a time, but it's literally just deleting units, and it's falling behind these elf snipers. All right, best. Ooh, another shrine. That's crazy. We could double up shrines. There's a vault. Finally. We can go library. Library's a good card. It's a vault. We can't build these anywhere, right? We're basically out of space. Overinvest on this bad boy. We will clone nothing. There we go. Easy. Making it look easy, huh? Just delete these guys. As the biggest weakness those elf snipers have is their low attack speed. So they're really, man, they're really anything. Nothing can be upgraded. Cool, cool. You know, they're really getting a strong value, and we're getting, you know, 3 times the gold doubled, right? When we throw a card away, it's instead of 9 gold, it's giving us 81, I think. And we don't have a single place that can take advantage of it. It feels terrible. It feels terrible to not be able to take advantage of that. All right, cool. We can get a vault down. You love how at the start of this round, like, hey, the secret to the King of Greed is to make sure you make it so when you leave a life, you get 100 gold. That hasn't changed. I actually still stand by that. I think that's actually really important. However, as you can see, getting the right cards and, you know, making sure that you're buffing the right buildings and units, that's kind of, arguably, we could say that about every king. But I feel like with the King of Nothing, I felt like I could make more mistakes and it could work out. Ah, salvage again, sure. Oh my goodness. It is just mind-boggling how much money is coming in, and we still have yet the entire run. We have yet to get the King of Greed specific defense tower. I think it's called the dispenser or something. Yeah, still don't have it. That's crazy. That is crazy. It's a long time to go, right? 30 years in our kingdom, we can't even build our own unit. I think there should be a mini shop where you could always buy the, you can always buy, always, whatever. And not this like traveling merchant guy, right? But I want one where you can always. We can buy everything because selling these is worth more than whatever they are in the shop, assuming we don't like use them. Yeah, let's see the sale price on this bad boy. One card, 243 gold. That's crazy. Like, there's just weird things like that you can get going with the King of Greed. They're like, how do I take advantage of that? Well, if we had mercenaries, we would just sell a card every round. We would never even bother. Never even bother. And when was the last time we saw a mercenary card? Think back. We've seen, what, 1, maybe 2? Like, the odds of us getting a 3-stack mercenary are going to be difficult. We'd have to clone it or get a support building to level it up. Like, right now, we've scaled to the point where we're just tearing it up. But this entire run, where we cleared 1,000 gold, did not have mercenaries involved with that endeavor. 243 as the salvage card stacked up times 3. 243, and check this out, right? Look at the palace hits a second, 17.8. 17.8. Check out these elves, right? It hits a second 3.9. Huge. Monstrous. Trebuchets even came in late. Hits a second 0.3. I mean, that's not bad at all. 0.3. Look at that. Almost at 2,000 gold. No mercenaries all of a sudden. Great. Wonderful. No mercenaries, 2 vaults. Almost 2,000 gold. 1,757. That's crazy. That's unheard of. And we won this run. I think this strat works, and I think we can make it work consistently. But here's the thing. If we don't get these beacons, this run falls completely apart because we didn't get mercenaries or incendiaries. Like this run was like on a thread in a major way. It was pretty dominant at the end, but it was genuinely on a thread. We didn't lose a life, so we never even got to get our bonus 100, but it just felt bad. It is year 1 of king difficulty. We are going to place down our palace and just try and do our best to get this done. I think I've got, there it is, the beacon. Awesome. I think I've got a strategy that's working pretty well. And we'll try and get it to go. It doesn't always work, but we're pretty happy with it. Like, it pretty consistently performs well. Bolts coming in, but getting down the beacon on turn 1 is huge. Just huge. And hold on to that overinvest for a minute. There we go. That's our first round. And we get a beacon on the second turn and the dispenser. We're going to grab the dispenser just to give it more time to scale. I think that 1 gold, 1% attack speed for every gold. Throw that in this corner. And everybody's happy. And we actually basically have everything we need for this run to be a success. Which is kind of crazy, as I feel like the King of Greed here, I feel like I have definitively spent more time with this king compared to some of the previous ones, just trying to get something that works. I have decided definitively, mercenaries are incredibly strong after your economy is up and running. Getting your economy up and running and getting those mercenaries together is tough. Insurance is really good. But we want to hold off on that for a minute. There's some better ones. Oh, that sucks. We'll take Campbell. It's going to guarantee give us too many cards to have. So we're always going to be throwing in 9 gold. It's going to be more consistent than Mercenary early on. Later on, when you're fielding a couple hundred units, you know you're going to get 10 gold every fight. It's better. But right now, here we are. Now, remember, I talked about earlier, I was like, hey, the secret is to make sure you have it set up so when you lose a life, you get gold. I took that away so we had plots to work with. As quite a few times now, I've been like, ooh, I just don't quite have the plots I feel like I need to be successful here. That's happened several times. It felt terrible. It's like on that round, right? Like, we still don't have any cards, but we were able to dump 2 cards, get that 18% attack speed, and we're going to lose this round, which is going to suck, but we're in a good place. We're actually in a good place. See where the baby boom hits. That sucks. We will not be putting a troop card there. I'm just really hoping we can get a better troop card than what we've got going on here. If we can't, we can't. Spend that gold and pitch these cards. Well, you know what? We could try and go mercenary. I really don't want to, but we've got good tiles for it. We'll try. We'll try. It's definitely something that can work, but I'm terrified if we have a good start set up here, that if we don't go mercenary, we need to not lose 2 rounds in a row, you know? Oh man, we're in trouble. We're in trouble. Let's throw down the converter and then let's destroy it for the upgrades. There we go. Oh man, it's a fast unit. There's a lot of them. Were those monkeys? The Greed Rebellion brings monkeys? Mercy. All right, new king. So we're at war currently with the King of Stone, Greed, our people, and Progress, which are kind of like the 3 worst kings I feel like to be at war with. The King of Nothing is the only one that has farms. So him not being in the mix sucks, right? So again, it's that trade-off. I have 4 mercenaries. I burn 30 gold to buff up my tower. Guess who doesn't have 30 mercenaries anymore? Wait for it. Yep, we lost 1. We're down to 3. Oh, we lost this round. It's over. That's the game. Dude. No. I was so happy with this start. Oh, man. A really nice open here. Just with the tile spacing. Nothing too crazy. We are playing into the King of Blood and the King of Stone. I don't want any of the units from, I think, either of those armies. Oh, well. I don't like building around thieves. I don't think they're just a super great unit to try and build with. We can, but I feel like the thieves need a couple of buffs to be effective. And can you tell how like much rougher this start is here? Where we again, we have 3 unit upgrade tiles here. Not great. Just not a good situation. We'll throw these down, plan on destroying them just to get some units in front. Just kidding, they dive the back line. So again, now we're 5 years into our kingdom, and we have no attack speed bonuses. We have absolutely no, what do you call it? We don't have a good unit. We don't have any turrets down. We just have a little bit of gold coming in and bad cards in our hand we're trying to get rid of. Like, this is a rough spot to be. All right, so these are the things we need, but it's almost potentially going to be too little too late. And that sucks. We might be able to get it done, but I don't have a high degree of confidence with this run. All right, the card in the target plot will level up in the Year of Prophecy. Those are all tiles we plan on building on. If only we could get some cards we wanted to have. My goodness. Oh, we lose this round. Dude. I wonder if we can get away with the walls. Like, will the walls hold long enough? I do not want this card, but we'll throw it down and see. I don't think so, but just a rough run. Just a rough run here. Uh-oh. No, 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 no. Dude. We got a second beacon down, but I think we lose right here. I think it's the final run here on year 8. There's still 20 troops left. Yeah, there you go. The sadness is real. Your kingdom has perished. It's a fresh run on King. We just have that mercenary card, which puts a lot of pressure on us to make a good decision. We've got our palace at level 3, and we've got a vault at level 2. That's it. That's all we have going on. And it makes me a little uncomfortable. This is how a lot of these runs start. All right, we got our dispenser. The turret card coming in. We'll take that action. We can do good stuff with that. But it doesn't really kill anything until it's had a lot of time to scale. So just a slow start here, but not in a bad place. And warlocks are a good troop. All right, so every one gold for every 9 killed units. Ooh. We can build around warlocks. That's fine. I think technically mercenaries will be stronger later on, but we're not later on. So I hate to commit to them too early. Is the beacon we needed? Awesome. Get that in. So it's a little bit awkward, right? As the King of Greed, the more gold we make, the better our faction-specific units are. But until we get our economy running, they're really bad. They're just not even kind of not good. They're really bad. All right, we'll get our next beacon down. Because you might have noticed I'm still holding that mercenary card just in case it works out. Just in case we can make it work. Can you tell our turret card's doing a little better all of a sudden? It's not too crazy, but it's definitely picked up in a noticeable fashion. okay, we're starting to get the build together. We've got 2 dispensers. We've got 2 beacons. We've got our palace, right? So we have turrets that scale off of gold collection. We've got a way to buff up our palace. We're going to lose this round, which is going to absolutely suck. But in this exact moment, mercenaries would have been a little stronger. Isn't that crazy? Time to wage war on a new king. Darn. I don't like either of these dudes' units. King of Nature's got better stuff, I feel like. Or at least cards that I prefer. All right. We are... we're just in a bad way. I want to mortgage this Warlock. We cannot afford to. I think we'll lose this round. Oh, we're going to lose it either way. Yeah, it did not matter. Sucks to suck. They got us. It's round 1 on a fresh run. And the only unit card we have are mercenaries. We'll try it. Why not? Try and get a little lucky. All right, we got an early beacon. Cannot turn that down. That's way too important of a card to get in the mix. You might say to me, Vadd, this looks like every run you just did. Yep, basically, they all look very similar as they go horribly, horribly wrong. Yeah, they all look just like this, basically. No worries. Do the best we can here. So again, the mercenaries, they start with like 3 in a stack. And every time you get 15 gold, they add 1 to the stack. And every time you lose 15 gold, they take away 1 from the stack. So right now in the early game, we need to be spending our gold to get ourselves set up. But when we're later on, right, round 20, round 30, round 50, round 70, you know, you can get yourself in a position where gold's not a big deal. And then all of a sudden, it's a tremendous card. But until then, it's bad. It's real bad. Now, an early library is really nice. Love to see that. Let's throw down the shaman, planning to hit it with the mortgage. Just get an extra gold in our pocket. Because throwing that mortgage card down, even on a unit with just 1 stack, right? It's still 30 gold, which is the equivalent of 2 mercenaries. The prophet has a blessing. All right. Yeah, that's not going to happen. The prophet's blessing was hot trash. I said it. So we can get done here. Dude. All right. These guys do have 2 stacks of Midas Touch. Let's see if we can get some more on them. I remember why we're waiting. Because if we get a farm... I see. Yeah, we could shoot ourselves in the foot here, but... It's all right. Basic concept. Ready? You build the library to stack up more Midas Touch. Because if you can earn 15 gold in a match, and later on you definitely can, mercenaries become insanely scalable. They just do. You don't even have to have a farm on them. But as you can see, to get to that point, we're holding 126 gold. It's round 7. And we're just barely hanging on. We got 2 lives left, so we're in an okay place there. The King of Stone just got in the mix, so we can try to expand our tiles. But where it's going to get awkward is in 2 rounds, the merchant's going to come up. And if that merchant has good stuff, it's really hard to decide, hey, we're just not going to get that good stuff because it will, you know, nerf us. Because we'll have less of our troops in front. Yeah, we're losing this round. That's brutal. That is brutal. There's that second beacon. Like, we need this clone, but it means we have 2 less troops now. And I think overall is really strong. And now we have 1, 2, 3 less troops. So we just lost 5 troops on that play. Now, long term, having this vault maxed is better, but are we going to get the long term? Do not know. We like quite literally do not know. So technically, we are weaker this round than we were last round, and that's the game. That's tough. That's so tough, dude. We've reset our perks, so instead of having the 3 free tiles, again, when we lose a life, we're going to get gold in our pocket. And, man, we might never need it. It's pretty actually fortunate to get down this dispenser right at the start. That's actually pretty huge. There we go. 4 mercenaries. We've got 4 of them. But if we rely on them too long early on, man. I got our vault maxed out. Again, they're a good unit, but that trade-off, right, is tough. It is tough to work around that. Two stacks of Midas Touch. Ooh, that's nice. Well, we're going to double up the support thing, even though we don't have more than 1 support building. But instead of this bringing in now, you know, we're going to get more gold from it. It's worth it. So far, so good. Tier 5, and it's looking good. We're going to drop the Warlock so we can sacrifice them, level up all our stuff. Again, I mean, these are like almost identical runs to the last 2, and I hope you can recognize that they are nearly identical starts. There are just like minuscule, teeny tiny differences that happening to get, man, if we get a board there, that'd be sweet. Happening to get these differences has completely changed everything. Right, we just happened to get this dispenser card early, or we got early into the vault. Oh no. But we're gonna get gold here, right? Yeah, there it is. So getting that gold in our pocket. Do we go with a 3rd one? I think we take the dispenser. I think that's better still. We go beacon and then dispenser in this corner. We are holding such a ridiculous amount of gold to not even be 10 years into our kingdom's reign. And there's our second beacon coming in. And this might actually be the run. This is everything we need to have in the order we need to have it, basically. Not quite the right order, but I think we got it this run. I think we're starting to snowball. I know the merchant's coming up, but we've got 2 lives in the tank. So we can afford to mess something up and not pay too much of a price for it. We really need to be able to expand our tiles. Right now, that's our biggest weakness. Oh, no. Dude. Come on, man. I think if we get this dispenser to the 3rd tier, I think it works out. Right, it's tier 3 now. The palace leveled up. All right. How many of these guys are we fielding? 22? That's not bad. Oh, I think we lost. Man, there's 20 of them left. Oh, that was really close. bow army this round, I think. Dude, we've got 1 life left. Coming in the year 11 at 350 gold on a bank. Fielding 23 mercenaries. Pretty solid. There's 10 of them. There's 10 of them. Oh my goodness. Well, I don't know what we even want. I think we want the goats. Gigantify's good. So we'll take it because it doesn't cost money. And we can't afford to spend the money and have less troops right now. But man, we would have taken the goats, dude. All right, we're going to win this round, but it's close. It's really close. The Greed Rebellion's insane. All right, another vault is what we need. But we don't have a way to realistically get it down in a good tile right now, which really sucks. I mean, that really sucks. I need to be leaving tiles open so we can find a way to buff the mercenaries, the Golden Company, if you will. Oh, we might lose right here. Say no. Oh, man. All right. Here's supported buildings. Apply their effect one more time. We're going to go for it. It's not really great for us, but we'll go for it. Be clear, it's not bad. It's just not great for us. All right, we can actually run bomb. We can sacrifice the bombers and get an upgrade here. That'll be pretty solid. Yeah, like we have all the right parts. We need tiles. We don't have open tiles that we can work with right now, which is really tough to accept that. I'm paying just really close attention to the numbers. It looks like we're pretty dominant, but it feels very tight. So our dispenser here is at that 3rd tier. We'll throw this down so we can check it. Our second dispenser, so both turrets are at tier 3. Palace is tier 3, the vault is tier 3, and our beacons are still tier 1. These dispensers are really starting to come online the longer they've been in the mix. In year 17, we cleared 500 gold this round. With 1 vault, to be clear. We did this with 1 vault. That's it, 1 vault with double overwork. And I think we've got Midas Touch going. Yeah, a little bit of Midas Touch working for us. We'll take that action. Stack it up. So Midas Touch, there's a 2% chance that we will earn gold. It went off 1 time this battle, a 2nd time, a 3rd time. Yeah, so they made 3 gold this round. Combustion, like units cause area damage equal to 20% of its attack when it kills an enemy. I read online that there's a bug that if you play any of these on Midas's Touch, you don't get the juice from it. I don't know if that's true, but it scared me out of playing those cards. I didn't see anything in any like public patch notes about it. Maybe I missed it. Maybe I'm just now spreading this terrible rumor. So you got to fact check it, but I'm way too scared this run's going too well to mess with that. Where are we cloning up? I think we clone the vault. As these are essentially our mercenary farms. We've got 40 of them down, 600 gold here at year 2619. 1, 2. Yeah, we got at least 2. We got at least 2 procs of Midas's Touch. We're going to spend gold on this round. I think we can afford to. Nope. 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 We'll take salvage cards thrown into the pit, return 3x more gold. That'll be good. As we are consistently throwing cards in the pit. Normally they're 9 gold, so throwing 1 card away at 9 gold does nothing for us beyond give us 9 gold. But by getting that salvage card, throwing 1 card away is the equivalent of getting another mercenary to in our stack. So we can be adding to our pile like that, which is really strong. Man, are we outnumbered here? 240 troops to 38. Oh, that feels terrible. Look at the damage coming in from the... Whoop, I want to make peace. Look at the damage coming in from this single target tower dispenser here. 38,000. Okay, the second tower came down a little later. 10,000. Our core building, the palace. One hit KOs everything. 5,000. And then our mercenary stack, solid 38 of them. 6,000. So, I mean, they're trying their best. They're really trying their best. So, normally this is 9, and this time it'll be 27. So, it's now a guaranteed at least one mercenary every time we throw that card away, which is huge, right? It means that even if we don't have a card we can play, throwing away a card is not just putting gold into our hand. It is actively... And see, like, a dispenser would be really strong right here, just off of these beacons again. We don't have a way to do that right now, which does not feel good. It just doesn't. All right, we can get a farm going. It's not bad. The forest is another card we like. Another dispenser. I think we walk away. I don't think losing 2 mercenaries is worth farming. Getting the farm up and running. I think maybe the forest is better. Or like the forest it might be worth burning for, but I'd really like to get a library. I think that would have the most value for us right now. Because then we can get more stacks of Midas's touch to try and get it to be more effective at that. Man, the King of Nature, we blow them up, I feel like, too often. There's the boars. I think the boars are solid. I think we can do good stuff with the boars. So boars can be mounted by troops, and for each 1 health points it has, it is a 1% buff to the rider. And they start with 15 health points. So they are a flat 15% power bump to whoever's on top of them, which is sweet. And then we can try and get the forest down next to them, or a farm or something, and we can do good work like that. So we'll see how that shakes out. We'll see how we can be effective there. I know, I'm saving that card. We could have put it up here, got a 3rd turret rolling, but I think we're going to get it done. Our turrets are online. They've got good buffs coming in, and our troops are barely able to even get into the fight before we've wrecked them. So there's that forest tower card I really like to put onto these guys. So they're sitting at 15 HP base. And let's see what they're at right now, 15.9. So every time that forest goes off, I guess every 3 turns it'll go up like 1 or 2 HP, right? And just buff everything up. There's that library we were really hoping for. Awesome. Oh, unlock 3 new random plots would be really nice. I don't think it's what we need the most right now. We're going to re-roll. 50 gold here. Very expensive. Nope. One more re-roll. Nope. Nope. Uh-oh. Nope. These are the same options. Double movement speed isn't bad. Dude. This is so bad. Well, we are going to take the Poison Thorns. Even though Burglary is good, Poison Thorns is going to be, I think, better right now. And hopefully we didn't just, like, completely ruin the run. We'll see. That might be the round right there. I might have messed it up. Oh my goodness, the turret saved the day. That was really fortunate. That was really fortunate. Try to get these boars stacked up. They officially have 33 HP. So whatever unit is on the board, right? They're getting 33 health, 33% bonus or whatever. Oh no. Oh no. Don't tell me that's the match. Terrifying. First Midas touch in a while, my goodness. And we're buying nothing. I'm way too scared at this point. Go. We just need to survive 2 more years, and it's going to probably come down to our towers. Because we burned all that gold to try and make something good happen. And... oof. It's not happening. So if we had put down that farm and stacked it up to the 4th tier. Oh no. We have 1 life left. It's round 32. Come on. Dude. Oh my goodness. King of Nature is leading his final assault. Oh, I am so thankful it's the King of Nature. There's other kings it could have been that would be just round enders. They genuinely would be. All right. If you like this video, click like. YouTube channel members and the Patreon to support what I do. Let's see how we do here on round 33. They got that Broccoli Boy champion. Oh, we're holding the line, dude. We're actually holding out really well. Oh my goodness. Your kingdom has thrived. We're going to try and run it, see how this build actually does kind of like a little further out. We can now buy tiles, but we're going to probably be a little careful with that. Or maybe we'll just buy them all on, like now, as our enemies are never going to be weaker than they are now. I'm not even sure we can. Pretty close, though, if we can't. Yeah, we can buy them all. All right, so we bought them all, as the enemies will never be weaker than they are right now. And I think the only right thing to do is just stack faults, man. I think that is the strat. Like anything to buff these mercenaries. Maybe we get rid of one vault specifically. We lose on the first round. Dude, say it isn't so. Oh my goodness. I thought it was over right there. I really did. Anything we can do to get more gold coming in is this like, okay, here's the thing. If we get a vault maxed out, every turn it drops one new mercenary in our stack, right? But if we get a farm maxed out, it drops like what, 3 or 4 troops every turn? That's huge. That's crazy huge to not have that. Here's the other thing, right? Currently there are 4 mercenaries here. I have thrown the Procreate card on these guys, and they just don't do it. It doesn't work. Well, it does. It adds 9, but every time we lose 15 gold, we lost that. So it's a complete waste. Good to know. I thought that that would raise the base number. As it very specifically says that... Oh, we got to re-roll this. It very specifically says there can never be less than 1 mercenary in a stack. But the truth is, if there can never be less than 1, but then you throw down that Procreate for 9, I thought it would change it to there could never be less than that 9 plus 1, so it'd be 10. Does not work that way. Walls are actually probably pretty good for us, since we're basically relying on our towers. You can see the mercenaries did 200 damage this round, but if we can get enough vaults stacked up, which hypothetically it's just a matter of time, it's probably not a non-issue. Uh-oh. Is this the one run that goes on forever? Because once we get into vaults, we just have infinite mercenaries. Because the palace is just an insta one-hit KO. Whatever's there doesn't matter. All right, hold on. So the boars are tier 2, mercenaries are tier 3. I want the bombers and I want the boars. And I know we're paying the price for that, but I want them. And I think we get a farm down where this vault is, in which case we're going to throw down the bomber here. And we'll see if we can't. I feel like the bombers have good value. If we can figure out how to get them to work. Because you can see they're at tier basically nothing, and they still were able to at least do 1,000 damage, right? 1,500. Which makes me think, hey, there's definitely got to be a way to... There's got to be a way to take advantage of them somehow. And I'm hoping with the farm down, we can try and get them in a position where there's just enough of them that you have to respond, right? You have to do something. No, we still need the king. We need both these guys. I guess we can lose the King of Spells. Like, we need their cards. I do want to get the walls stacked up. I think those are nice to have. I'm not quite ready to do it, but I guess we'll go for it. Here we go. Because we already had that forest down, so we can get some more HP on them. Oh my goodness. I am like so not confident in this strategy as it continues to just kind of work. But it's kind of shocking how many years we've run this Kingdom 43, and we've only gotten 1, 2, 3, 5 beacon cards and a handful of vaults. Like most of the other kings, I feel like we've gotten more of their specific buildings. Let's reroll this and try for a forest. Clone's fine too. We can take a clone. Clone's great. We love a clone spell. As we got rid of the King of Spells, this is the only way to get that library back in play is to clone it right now. So by making peace with the king, it removes their cards from the rotation. Again, very consistently, we are able to get 1,000 damage from these level 1 bombers. I mean, there's just 6 of them in the stack, and they just blow it up. And it makes me think, hey, there's good things you could do with that, right? Long term, the plan, left side of this thing, I want to put down more of these beacons. Oop, hold on. Our forest is tier 2, right? Yeah, there we go. Long term, I want to get more of these beacons stacked up on our palace, and then more of the dispenser guns stacked up on them. Or maybe we go ballistas or something. I don't know. Just something nasty over there. And then, well, we could go with these. That's interesting. Do we go sniper boys? Let's re-roll it once. We'll take the vault. That's a huge win. That's a power spike for us. So with each vault dropping 15 gold, it means you're getting 2 new mercenaries every round, which is solid. We'll take that action. Oh, we can get a farm. Here we go. 1 reroll. All right, steel coats are really strong. It's hard to say no to that, so we're going to take it. And we'll take a 3rd salvage, which is pretty unhinged. I think our boars are tier 3. They are. Really like that elf. I think we can work an elf into this. If things go well, I think we can make that work. I think we go farm here. This tile. Where I was shaking the mouse. The king of nothing. We're officially at the point where people are fielding over 500 troops. Which is pretty crazy. Let's go ahead and get that library to the top tier. These battles are happening so fast that the clone the card on the selected plot. Ooh, we don't have a farm. There's that beacon. There's that farm. Awesome. It's exactly what we needed. Okay. How do we do this? There's the farm. Boom. We clone the farm. Boom. We throw down the farm here. That's fine. Can we divide it up? We beacon this bad boy. Oh, now we're talking. Uh-oh. It's happening. We're doing the thing. We're doing the thing. So if you put 1 farm on 1 troop, currently it's going to put all of its bonuses to that 1 troop. But if you put down 1 farm, we already have steel coats on these guys. At least 1. We'll take that. But if you put down 1 farm between 2 troops, it will randomize which of the 2 stacks of troops get that extra unit. By the way, these battles are happening so fast. I don't know if you notice this. It's really tough to tell because it's kind of like crazy in there. But my explodey boys, they don't even get a chance to shoot. That's right. If you're looking closely, they don't shoot. We don't want to make peace with these guys. Let's make peace with the king of whatever this guy is, the stone. We have the least number of his buildings down, but we've got some other attack speed, right? Yeah, there we go. There you go. It's happening. We're doing the thing. Oh my goodness. Yeah, there's 2 of these little bomby dudes, these little exploder boys. They're like desperately trying to keep up, and like they can't. It's happening way too quick. All right, dispenser coming in. There we go. Maybe it would have been better to go with like a scout tower back there or something, but the greed rebellion at the walls here. Are you kidding me? We're your king. How dare you? And Spencer. Well, hold on. We've got 3 of them. Maybe we go snipers again or another troop type here. Which means I think the vault's the better play. Chaos has increased. Say it isn't so. One of the few times that like poison thorns is getting us like no value. I really expected more from that. It's not. It's just not. All right, here's the good news. You saw a couple of failed runs, so put some perspective on just how tricky this is to like. There's that farm, awesome. Just how tricky this is to try and get it to work. But you also saw some runs come together in a major way, like this one right here. So you can kind of start to see the power of, even though we never really got our mercenaries, our economy sucks. As the King of Greed here, we've had other runs that ended on like round 10 where we had a better economy. Like right now, our economy is just basically just in, hold on, where are we going to go? We'll take the elf. We can upgrade the elf. Darn. You've seen some of the rounds where it just trash runs. I mean, just trash runs. They just fell apart in the first 10 rounds or whatever. But we had a better economy in them. Like our vaults were better, or we had more stacks of Midas Touch, or just more money hanging around. Like we could just clear 1,000 of the monies, dude. It took us 58 rounds or whatever. Like that's not right, you know? Ooh, you know what? I wonder if these guys would benefit from a blacksmith. Because their hit speed is insane, but their damage sucks. We probably should give them a blacksmith for some amount of time, but not keep the blacksmith long term. Like damage of 24, damage 24, not that good. Like even our elves have a damage of 25. Sniper boys. So we probably keep that blacksmith on them. Interesting. Huh. What do we want? Let's re-roll it. I think we go vault. We'll take the gamble. 2 cards every turn. But we don't get to pick them. Because it basically means we're guaranteed to throw a card out and we have 3 stacks of salvage. We're officially at the point where this is infinitely scalable. We are guaranteed to break the game here and hit round 100. There's nothing that can stop us beyond my inability to have enough free time to clear that many rounds. As the facts are, with salvage, right? Every 15 monies we earn, we get another stack of mercenaries. We got the library on them, so they currently have 12 stacks of steel coat, so complete damage negation for a single hit 12 times, right? And then 27 stacks of Midas Touch. I jumped this Earthwork, so you can see here, 71 of these bad boys. We're going to get 2 cards every single turn. Here we go. Earthwork. How much value is this worth? Ready? 243. It went from 71 to 71. That's weird. I think it happens on the start of the turn. So there were 71, we'll just dump 1 card. And we fielded 90 of them. 9-0. We fielded 90 of them. We were officially at the point this is infinitely scalable, is we only get better from here. We only just get, like, even if we just threw our cards away from here on out, we will guarantee hit round 100. Like, we've hit the point. There's a point here. Remember I said, like, once we get our economy going, but, like, the Kingdom of Greed is held up by 2 things. Their economy and their attack speed. And our palace has a 1-hit KO, so it does not matter what happens. It is going to kill whatever it hits, which is cool. But the other thing it is, is it means that all we have to do is keep throwing attack speed on the palace, and we win. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4 beacons with 2 on overwork, which means we have an absolutely absurd, I said it, absurd. We have an absolutely absurd amount of troops that are just flying in here nonstop to take these guys out. I mean, it is just mind-boggling. Like, we could literally just, from now on, just throw out the cards and we'll just win because it's just infinite damage. How are they ever, like, how many cards do you have to field? And remember, with the library, we're continuing to stack up the Midas's buff. So it's only been a handful of rounds, but they're sitting on 31 stacks now and 14 stacks of steel coat. In short, we've won. I mean, it's just over. So I'm going to probably cut to either, if we lose on some weird round, I'll explain why, but I'll cut to like round 98 and we'll see what it looks like. But best guess here, if you wanted me to take a wild guess, it's over, dude. We've just stomped everything out here. We just lost. Oh my goodness. All right, here's what happens. They just fielded too many troops. They just sent in 500 million billion troops. And even though we could infinitely kill any troop with a one-hit KO, it just did not have enough attack speed to get through them. And our mercenaries were just not tanky enough yet. I think if we had built more economy and maybe fiddled around less with like the bombers, the hogs, the snipers, the thieves. If we like doubled down on economy, we would have had more mercenaries out there to give our towers more time to shoot. And or the other thing that would be good would be the blacksmith. I think the blacksmith will be really strong as well. Do me a favor. If you like this video, click like, YouTube channel members, and the Patreon to support what I do. There's a playlist with more Nine Kings. I'll see you there.